Is up, everybody? It is your boy Hollywood AJ, still micing up here. Can y'all hear me? First live stream ever while a UFC primed and ready. Last two fights coming here. It is Robert Whitaker, Khamzat Chimaev. I'm ready. Got the drink ready. Starry, best on the planet, baby. Got posters, so that way. Oh, got this little thing too, signed when I was at the Fan Expo this past summer. So yeah, we are doing it. First ever live. I'm truly excited. And yeah, like I said, Robert Whitaker's walking out right now. Khamzat Chimaev is in the octagon. That's mainly what I was waiting for, because Khamzat pulls out more than a corn star. He pulls out way less than a corn star. His pullout game is stronger than mine, that's for sure. But Robert Whitaker making his way to the octagon, and I'll give a little prediction for this fight. I'm just honestly not quite sold on Khamzat. And if you wonder why before I go any further, if you wonder why you can't see the fight, copyright issues. That's why it's on mute. I'll show you a quick little thing right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Robert's on his way to the cage, to the octagon. So yeah, anyway, little analysis, little prediction time. So I'm not quite sold on Khamzat, to be honest. I'm just not. He fought guys, obviously he has the fastest turnaround in wins in UFC history, but they were against guys who I don't think are even in the UFC anymore. His best win before he fought Gilbert Burns was against Gerald Meerschaert. He won in 17 seconds. And I just feel like I'm not quite sold on him. When he fought the Gilbert Burns fight, it was a long fight. The first time he went the distance, it was the most fight he's been. It was the fight in which he was hit the most. And people thought there was a kink in Khamzat's armor because he got hit so much. People were just like, wow, truly excited, truly, happy to see Khamzat get tested and whatnot. But many people thought that that was his kryptonite, that type of style of fighting. Because Gilbert Burns took the fight to him, Gilbert Burns dropped him. It was because, Gilbert Burns was another level than any other fighter Khamzat has faced. He beat the guys he was supposed to beat, but it wasn't as impressive as many thought it would be. It wasn't as easy as his last opponents were. And yeah, I just don't think he could beat Robert Whitaker. He has a chance, and that's to go balls to the wall in the first 2-3 minutes of the fight. And if and when he does that, it'll be interesting to see how Robert can handle it. And I feel like this is one thing that'll happen in both the co-main event and the main event. And that's the fact that wars of attrition, these guys have been through a lot. These guys Robert Whitaker, that is, has been through more in the division than Khamzat has. Khamzat's 30. Think about it. When he came into the UFC 4 years ago, he was 26, 27 maybe. I don't know when his birthday is. But Robert's been there, done that. And I'm truly excited to see, because, again, I don't think Khamzat has it in him. And I can't show the fight, but I will do your best to provide the best commentary, way better than Daniel Cormier, way better than Paul Felder. Should have been Cormier and Michael Bisping, but hey, I'm not in charge. I'm not the boss over there. So nonetheless, we're going to work with what we got. And that is me doing good. So, yep, got my drink. They're getting announced by Bruce Buffer. Again, Khamzat's best chance is to go balls to the wall, completely try his best to get Robert out of there the first 2 rounds. This fight would have been better if this fight would have been better for Khamzat if it was scheduled for 3 rounds. But with it being 5, I just think that favors Robert in many ways, to where Khamzat could get tired, because he showed he got tired in the Gilbert Burns fight, in the Kamaru Usman fight. He fought Kevin Holland, but Kevin Holland, everyone beats Kevin Holland. You know what I mean? So here we go. I'm so excited, you guys. Thank you, everyone, for joining on the live so far. Yeah, first ever watch party that I'm doing. First ever live I'm doing during an MMA fight, during a UFC fight. And we're going to get it going. We're going to get it on. I'm hoping these fights make way to the action. The hype makes way to the action because it's truly something special to behold. So it's going to be interesting. They even got new Venom kits to see, you know, if those pan out better than the old Venom kits. I love the Venom era. I hope UFC never goes away from the Venom era. It's better than the Reebok era, better than the Reebok era. Because the first part of the Reebok era from 2015 to like August 2017 was peak. It was perfect. And then after that, it just took a shit. So I'm hoping that the Venom era is here to stay for a long, long time. Here we go. It's about to start. We're about to do it. Jason Herzog, the referee. Khamzat Chimaev in white trunks. Robert Whitaker in black. Here we go. Robert starts off with the right kick. Khamzat tries for a body kick, goes upstairs, didn't work at all. Giant fight, especially for the legacy of Khamzat because he pulls out so much. But like I said, here we go. Shoots for the takedown. He gets his back. Khamzat gets his back. He gets him down on his back. He's trying to get a choke, his signature choke that he got against Li Jingliang. He still has him down on the ground. He's still kneeing him. Let's see. What do we got? What do we got? Yep. We still got it. Khamzat completely, utterly dominating. That's as much as I could show it. But he's got him on the ground. Robert said, hey, I'm going to probably get taken down in this round, in the first round especially. That's why I said Khamzat, his energy ticker might go low the longer this fight goes. So honestly, I am expecting it to be a longer fight. Khamzat is basically doing what he did against all the other opponents he's ever fought, like Li Jingliang, like Kamaru Usman. The only opponent he didn't take down right off the bat was Gilbert Burns. When he fought Gilbert Burns, he basically struck with him the entire fight. And I think that could have been why we saw a huge chink in Khamzat's armor, because he had a striking discrepancy against Gilbert Burns. He was the least hit fighter in the UFC at the time he fought Gilbert Burns. And ever since that fight, we've had a lot of questions. When he fought Kevin Holland, it was a huge question mark. He was supposed to fight Nate Diaz, but took on Kevin Holland, guy he wasn't preparing for. So all he did was take him down and submit him. Then he fought Kamaru Usman when he was supposed to be fighting Paulo Costa. He made weight, surprisingly. So now they're still on the ground. Khamzat's got his back. Robert has to be careful by not doing anything crazy on the ground to get submitted. There he is. Khamzat's got his back fully now, almost in the choke. This could be a huge, huge statement. Oh, Robert gets out of it. Robert gets out of it. Khamzat shoots for a takedown again, and he gets it. This is reminding me exactly of when Colby fought Robbie Lawler. For the casual fans that don't know, Robbie Lawler, Colby Covington, back when Colby Covington was relatively good. He was going after it. He was going after Robbie with submissions on his back. They weren't full-on submissions, but they were enough to keep Robbie thinking. That's exactly what Khamzat is doing, albeit he hasn't truly attempted a submission here in the fight so far. So still has his back, definitely winning this round. It's about time he starts getting on some offense because Robert, because he hasn't been able to. Oh, he's got a choke. Oh, keeping Robert guessing. He almost had a choke. Just staying on the ground. Staying on the ground on top of him. Robert's trying not to give away his back. Oh, he's got a choke. Oh, but he got rid of it. He lost it, but he's in mount. Robert needs to sneak out the back door here, but he can't. Khamzat's just on him like a wet blanket. And I'm pretty sure Robert thought, okay, we might be giving away these first two rounds because it's going to be coming like a bat out of hell. Khamzat was going to come out like a bat out of hell. Robert expected this. So I just think, if we get into later rounds, it'll just be, oh, he's got a choke. And he tapped. Robert Whitaker tapped. Khamzat Chimaev wins. Still undefeated. Oh my gosh. Wow. I don't know. Robert tapped pretty fast. That choke wasn't even in. That is insane. That is crazy. Oh my goodness. Wow. That surprised me. That surprised me. Oh my gosh. I don't know what happened. I don't know if Robert sustained an injury during the transitions, because Khamzat got like a neck crank, kind of like what Khabib did to Conor. And wow. Well, exactly that would have happened on June 22nd. Khamzat didn't pull out, but wow. Wow, that guy, if he could stay consistent and get into the octagon consistently, if he could fight in the U.S., maybe stay on track to the pace that he was on in 2020, this guy could be a problem and one of the biggest stars in the UFC. Again, that was tight. It was a neck crank, and Robert tapped. The only guys Robert Whittaker has lost to in the UFC: Stephen Wonderboy Thompson, Israel Adesanya, twice, Dracus du Plessis, and now Khamzat Chimaev. Khamzat will probably fight the winner of Sean Strickland and Dracus du Plessis. And why do fighters throw their mouthpiece into the crowd? That's what I want to know. It's pretty disgusting, you know, but I know there's some weirdos out there with some weird kinkiness and whatnot that'll probably grab it, wear it, and whatnot. But yeah, just a huge statement for Khamzat. I mean, I'm upset. I really wanted Robert Whittaker to win. You're not a true fan of anyone else other than Robert Whittaker, one of the nicest men in the UFC. Just sucks, man. Just sucks that he didn't get this win, because I thought he was the one that could beat Khamzat. But every time I go for Robert, he loses, or I think he's going to win, he loses. I mean, hey, maybe Khamzat truly was sick, because in the end, he made that look way too easy, you know. And a lot of fighters, what they do, although Khamzat didn't drop Robert, and this kind of pisses me off, it's a point of emphasis that I feel like I need to talk about. They drop somebody and they automatically go for a takedown when they could easily finish the fight on the ground, when they could easily finish the fight if the referee stands them up on the feet, whereas instead they just shoot for a takedown and the fight becomes stagnant and boring. And I made a comment last week about this, so about saying how MMA is kind of in a rut because it has a lot of these guys that just sit on the ground and don't do anything. They just take their opponent down and don't do anything. But yeah, here we go with Khamzat. Just takes Robert down, submits him at his own game. I feel like MMA needs more of that, more aggressive grappling. None of this laying down on their opponent. None of that. So I'm going to take a little break. We'll come back for the main event.